It is Neha with College Shortcuts. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm going to go ahead and try a filter today. Maybe we'll do black and white. Not green or red. Those are weird colors. We're going to go black and white today. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was talk a little bit about specifically why teens don't want to do the work. And I think it's an interesting topic because so many times people are always saying to me like, wow, you know what? I really want to make an impact. I was talking with a student yesterday and it was really interesting. It was an interesting topic because I think I felt the same way as her as a teenager. And she was a very driven student, a top student. And she was saying, look, we were working on the college essay process and she was like, I really want to make a difference. And I was like, and how do you want to do that? And what does that mean to you? She's like, well, I'm really smart. And so for me, I need to make an impact because God gave me, or whoever, whatever higher power, gave me the ability to be this smart. And it's my job to society to make sure that I make a difference. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I said, all right. And she goes, and I go, what happens if you aren't making a difference? And she said to me, well, if I'm not making a difference, I'm basically not living up to my full potential. And if I'm not living up to my full potential, well, then I am really letting society down. Now, this is like a 17-year-old that feels this way. But the problem that I was seeing here was when I asked her, well, how do you plan to do that? And are you interested in that? She was having a hard time connecting the dots. And I think that's the hardest part about this college admissions process. It's like, I want to make an impact. This is the biggest thing that we're hearing from our teenagers today. I want to make an impact. And it's a very lofty goal. It's a lofty goal, and there's not a lot of explaining why or connecting the dots of why you're picking a major and how you think you can go from point A to point B, or why going to a certain college, which is a major essay, why go to college X, and how will it help you achieve your academic goals and aspirations. In the end, they write a lot of fluffy stuff like, well, I want to impact and I want to make a difference and I want to change the way this is or blah, blah, blah. But they're not getting detailed and they're not getting what I would say, they're talking about a lot of flowery stuff. And I was watching Simon Sinek's video on millennials. If you haven't seen that, you've got to watch it. But he was stating, it's so interesting. Now, today you talk with someone who's graduated college, who's working their first job or is interning. And within 2 months of being there, or even 8 months of being there, they're like, well, I'm ready to leave. And he asks, why? Why are you ready to leave this amazing opportunity? And they're like, well, I don't really feel like I'm making an impact. I don't feel like making a difference. And the thing is our teenagers want to make a difference, but they don't realize the amount of work involved. And he talks about how making a difference can be at the pinnacle and the top of the mountain, but they're not willing to take the climb from the base of the mountain to the pinnacle of the mountain to get to that level of what it takes to make a difference. And that there are steps involved, and there's hard work involved, and there's sweat and blood and tears involved in getting there. And that you can't just make this assumption that, okay, well, I want to make a difference day one, and it doesn't involve all this other hard work. I try to tell my students this all the time. I said, I've been doing this for over 10 years. When you asked me what the first years were of my business, no one wants to talk about that part. Everyone wants to talk about the pinnacle and how, yes, now I'm getting to say things like, we're helping to build a school in Africa, and I'm going to Kenya this year to get to build a classroom. And every purchase of College Shortcuts is helping to do that. I can do that now. When we first started, no one wants to talk about the hard stuff. No one wants to build the reality for the teenager that, there was a lot involved, and there was a lot of rejection involved in my life. And so I urge you as a parent, talk about the hard stuff. Because no one else is doing it in the media. We're not hearing about the hard stuff of being an entrepreneur or the years and hours of becoming a doctor, or, that there are going to be days that you don't get sleep, or there's going to be days that you question why you even do what you do, or there are going to be days your customers are screaming at you, or there's going to be days where you make mistakes as a company. And no one talks about these things. It's all about hey, how this person got from here to here and made $7 million or a 7-figure business. So I just want you to know that the reason why teens aren't working is because they aren't actually being told the story that, there was a lot of work involved, and there was a lot that went into being, who these leaders are today. And there's a lot of learning these leaders do, and there's a lot of work that has to be done. From a student's level, actually, it's about, willing to put the work in and to do things you may not want to do, like study for your AP exams or get tutoring every day of the week to get you set up. Or, studying for the SAT or ACT, yeah, it may not be fun. And I get it, that's frustrating, but guess what? It's part of the process. And I know I'm probably pissing a few of you off with this, but I'm just here to tell you, I'm just telling what it really is, and that there's, oops, maybe I should get off alive. Sorry, guys. I didn't see that car. I'm going to go ahead and turn off now. But what I will say is, guys, we got to get with the process, and we've got to understand that it is so important to make sure that our kids understand the work involved, that it's not just about, thinking we can get to the pinnacle immediately. Have a great day. Comment below. I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye.